TRU Island. Oh, this is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you hear but you shaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an Asian. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I sharing too much of my paint can graffiti art? Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much, these mobs operate. Too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you from the soil or you're not. And you concern even a half. They've displaced you engine, replaced you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, land session agreements, a fake space. Few engine change, dates to purposely displace you engine. Egg shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn, engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? On that engine, no one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A graven image that reset the same station. They played you, engine, and say unseen hand. You just wait, case slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Everything they own. Hold fast, let me get that. Now with that, gift rap, not with rhetoric. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for a itch or scratch. Rich that for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary conshipment that don't kiss back. Shit swag, we here to get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Morris, cornerstone. Fraternal orders up, Horace Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit up, broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines like ley lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the sword is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My words wrong. Sure. With all foreigners off the land. It includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities. Anything that isn't American engine, you need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. We understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers did. I'll kick you up. Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. TRU Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you hear but you shaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an Asian. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I sharing too much of my paint can graffiti art? Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much. These minds operate too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a half. They've displaced you, engine, replace you, engine, erase you through paper. Genocide, engine, land session agreements, a fake space. Few engine change dates to purposely misplace you, engine. Egg shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. Fact you black, you that person in all caps on the contracts, legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? And engine, no one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A raven image that reset the same station. They played you, engine, that say unseen, and you just wait, can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Hold fast, let me get that. Now you lift that. Gift rap, not regretting. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for a itch or scratch. Bridge that for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary get shipment that don't kiss back, shit sweat. We hit and get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Moorish, cornerstone. Fraternal orders up, Horace Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit up, broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines lay lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks dry out till the land, till the soil is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My word's wrong. Sure. With all foreigners off the land. It includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities. Anything that isn't American engine, you need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. We're gonna say exactly what y'all motherfuckers do.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
I want to know what the table look like. Yeah, somebody want to know what is in front of you. That's how it looks. Air purifier. One of those little fold out like 1960, 70, the things I'm used to, like fold out tables. I usually put my art thing that's over on the side there. It's a little easel that, you know, folds out, or I can put my computer on it. Queen size. I had a king size. It was too big. It's retarded. Queen size is fine. Hell, I can sleep in a, you know, on the ground in a damn, with moccasins on and a damn a blanket. But yeah, that's all it's gonna get sold. This is a big set. This is about $5,000. Just one, because this is like the old farm door type. You know what I'm saying? So when I get rid of this, and the mattress is more than the damn box than the bed. The two therapeutic mattresses, they're both, each one of them separate. I think one was 8 something, the other was 5 something. So I'm gonna get rid of all that. It's going for cheaper than what I paid for it. But get rid of all this crap. So we having an open house. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows it's gonna be pretty calm. What's up, Delusions? Snoo, what's up, my baby? Sharon Wilson, how you doing, beloved? Anyway, this is be calm to talk about this. This is nothing grand or great or whatever, right? You know, people have been asking me some questions on the side, right? And you know me, my first thing, directive, is to tell them, man, go watch my videos, shut up, blah, blah, blah. I says, you know what? It's not that I have an issue addressing it. It's just that most people don't know how to listen. I'm not here to beat nobody up. You beat yourselves up every day. I'm just adding to hopefully give shock value that'll make you stop beating yourself up. And I know it's not going to work that way because the enemy has worked hard. If you think that we always say Theodore Albert Herzl, right? Whatever that monkey's name was. And those prior to him, these are nobodies. And if y'all think that they conspired together to do what they've done, you're really not, you're not studying nothing. I know some of you have a hard time in knowledge of knowing that there are other things. Whether you want to call them Anunnaki, custodians, whatever. I don't care. Some of you know I've read the stories where we talk about how these they're going back in old texts, the Hathamathers or whatever, right? One and the same, really, but where they want to fight, they want to see how strong they are. Everybody's running around on this earth in this so-called world. World means it's like an environment, a place created by something. And y'all equate world with round because it's anonymous to each other because of the programming. We're going to talk about Christopher Columbus and believing the world was flat. Yet world doesn't mean round. Round has nothing to do with world. But they've equated them to, so they taught you two words that never meant nothing as ascribed, and yet people still utilize it as if they know. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Not everybody's gifted like that, to be able to see these things. And it's not meaning that they're not gifted. Everybody has a particular gift. And I'm watching more and more of my people pass away of cancer, AIDS. Oh man, AIDS, they stopped it. So that should point out something. I put that post up yesterday. This is all on the same thing to show you that when I was talking about the Dr. Joseph Mengele, talking about a period in time in World War II, I've done a lot of advanced research. He wasn't the only one on a plethora of those brought over here who did the same stuff. And I was alluding to the fact that because of medicine, I have studied what it wasn't no real science. They were pushing it through, and that's the agenda by these monkeys because they think they're doing you a service. Because it could be total annihilation or save a few. But what would make you think that possible as if it needed those and perversions? Because it tickles them. You can't have a world without man and woman for the narrative that y'all buy into it. By the two sentient compatibles, they didn't create that, bro. If you want to call them lizards, slee stacks, I don't care. There's a more simple name. If you want to say demons, whatever, man. I just say the darkness because you're all in the darkness. You have no clue. I'm not here to expose them. They've exposed themselves many a times. I'm not here to stop shit. Only y'all can. But because y'all refuse, and you have everybody, everybody thinks this has happened on this scale before. Y'all are 1,000 times weaker than the people from 100 years ago. And they were 1,000,000 times weaker than the people from millennia ago. And when I say weaker, do you know what I'm talking about? It took a vast amount of energy, destruction. We, listen to my pale skin brothers and sisters, we protected this world, this earth. We protected it all over. I know you have religion and everything else that's been shaped and molded, and it's all in your vessel. And I know you can't accept something other than what's been beaten into you over the decades. I'm not here to, everybody has a choice. I'm not here to say what I'm saying is correct, right, or anything. But I've come to see the youth are very ignorant and stupid, and they don't know nothing. They don't even have the ability to stop and listen. I see the people right between us and the new youth. They have went to war and they think they're Billy Butt Butts, but they don't have testosterone levels. They got to have synthetic TRT and all this other stuff just to feel normal, not to want to harm themselves. And then they still exude that perversion of racism, ideology, fake world history, and everything else as if it's meaningful. Then you have the people my age and the baby boomers, right? The X generation, supposedly, you know what I'm saying? And the baby boomers. I did the Masonic thing. That's what it X, all right? I know some of you have a hard time with sutras and mantras because you really don't know nothing. Even they don't know nothing, all right? It's not an ego trip. Some of y'all need to get rid of your little dumb, goofy egos because you don't even have enough attire to go and work. You'll be walking around like the king with his new suit, and he's walking around nude, made to believe he's got the best damn suit. And that's what's wrong with a lot of you. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm just pointing out some simple facts. Take it however you want because I'm at my ends. I'm tired, y'all. That stubbornness in me, I am tired of wanting to. I was teaching martial arts. See, I think if I would have charged for martial arts and boxing, I'd have probably been sitting up on damn $750,000 already just on the reservation alone for 10 years. Easily. Then work over here and teach it to the old folks. Chang style Tai Chi Chuan. I don't have to teach all the forms. Just get them to a certain place where it's for mobility and everything else and breathing. Over at the little, by the park. No, I said no. I went to teach this stuff for free. I give information for free because it's not my information. I don't say everything because not everything's needed. It's not needed or required to be said. I watch everything. I see things for what they are, and then I go, okay, well, let me add a little drop. You know, I've been doing this before anybody, and I was doing this MySpace, AOL. I was, when Logwood came up, I kind of was curious about it because I already heard his government stuff, and I was like. And I was just looking at, and then when it dropped, and that very same day Facebook came up, I was like, oh. And then I saw how they attempted to manipulate and silence people who were paying people to sit there who are very computer literate and to harass people. So the very people saying they have guidelines, just like YouTube, they don't follow the guidelines. There's breastfeeding channels, showing penises and vaginas, asexual and transformation. Right on here, y'all can Google it. There's people, I was watching this one, I watched about 30 or 40 of his, and I said, let me go and count. This individual, I'm not going to put her name out, and the two other, it's individuals. They've got hundreds of TikTok side by side, super chat, this, that. And I had to go and do it and count mine. And I'm like, wait a minute. I took a few days, a week or two of uploading some videos with me in it, even asking you guys, what do you think as far as educational? And these fucktards talking about, and I went back to the people's channels and I asked them, hey man, sorry, that's yes, is this monetized? You monetize over here? Nah, I'm not right now because I got a strike on Tiki-Taki. A lot of those guys, the monkeys on here, see, I'm not flustered about it because it just further shows me what I like to do, study, to show me that they are compatibly stupid as those people over there because they lie. Just like when the police come up to you, there's good guys, because I know plenty. I've had some pull me over and I'm like, is there an emergency? I was getting out the way. And then right off the back, they know. And I'm sitting there going, this person doesn't know that I don't have to go take some damn law, past the bar to be an attorney. That's an enslaved. That's the term of being enslaved. No, law is applied by those who know it and act upon it. So I would deal with it accordingly. Respect, of course, because you never know what somebody's day is. But it's the same thing. There are people who are stupid and they think because of the costume, because of the place, some of you work behind the desk on the phone and y'all been doing it for 10 years and you think you got it so down that you become very despondent and disrespectful. And you think that's what creates balance because of your good servitude and slave. And you know what I'm talking about. Some of you do the same job over and over and over. I don't know how you can have a career in this world. I'm a nurse. I can't practice. I'm not, you got to go through each stage to take the, what I'm saying, wherever you're at. And when I say nurse, I'm talking about and more so than that. I'm saying I can nurture people, but and as a man, and give them guidance to the appropriate woman that exists for the betterment, of nurturing. Like a Band-Aid. I'm to break things and make sure things are where they're supposed to be. She's to repair and fix, those things. I'm to break stuff to make sure that the bad things. You see what I'm saying? Or fix that which needs fixing in an appropriate manner, depending on what the man is capable of. Right now, the majority of men are capable of nothing but ignorance and fighting and killing and I don't know, loose terms I'm using. Yet we're dealing with a time where, think about it. If I was so great and I was coming back through this realm through new stargates. Star doesn't mean out in space, y'all. Star is like the light, boom, you know what I mean? It's like the light and a place to walk through. Why would I need you so weak and dying so soon and running around ignorance based on a system that was supposed to be dictated by you, but it's going against you in every form, shape, fashion, and form? Why is it that the people they put on a pedestal with this great fake white superiority can't make heads or tail but a handful of them? Because most of them aren't this fictional white. And when you're nurtured in a lie, it's hard to let go of it, to accept something else. Yet I know most of y'all see pale skins coming up forward and telling the truth. You know why? Well, they've enjoyed what they could, not all, and it's like, now it's too late. How many of y'all saw that brother with the Wonder Woman suit on, looking like he had a quarter Down syndrome? Not bad mouthing him, you know, coming from around the car like he thought he was a sexy thing. This is the world they've usurped. And our melanated sisters, y'all are the big proponents of this gay crap. Sad to say that. You are the biggest pushers of it. And that should speak volumes that you have not become the nurturer you was meant to be. You have been lied to and misguided. And you think it's okay. When I tell you the end, I'm not. When they came to me, I didn't want to say nothing because it spooked me at first. And I was like, man, then I had it again and again. And I was like, oh, wait, I can walk. Hold on, I'm learning how to control my dreams. Why do I keep getting this one? I didn't want to see this thing. And I saw stuff. And I saw things. And I keep seeing it. And I don't want to see it. It's like a damn bell somebody keep ringing beside my head. It's in my head like a story played out. And I mean, I got the long version and the short version. It's like 8 hours or 6 hours or 4 hours of rest and a million freaking years. It's like the most disturbing thing, so you don't get it. So after about maybe 400 or 500 times of this goddamn dream, I decided I'm going to tell a story. I have a story to tell based on what was passed down to me too. And y'all still riding around in your fake little high horses, all sorrowful and everything, as if I don't have a story to tell because you don't even know your stories. Y'all still talking about being Indian. Do you get? We didn't call ourselves Indians and indigo and all that other stuff. Who would need to do that if this is the world you belong to? If it's told that my chata, my father's side, migrated from the southernest point all the way up through here, what is so hard to accept? Man, there's a lot of things lost, a lot of things we don't need to know. When I tell you, man, something's been going on for a long time, and there's these things that just know what they're doing. And there's some truth about your source, about your energy. Could you imagine being able to harness that energy? Because y'all don't know how to use it, because you don't want to listen. You're stingy, you're stubborn, you're greedy, you don't care. You have this fake postulate. You have this way about you. And I know it's hard for you to address it. All the things I did, walking into the places I did that were dark, sometimes I told I just wanted I'm not suicidal, I just wanted it all to be over in my youth. And I said, why can't I go through what I went through and still want to be decent when I didn't have to be? And then I look at all the indecencies and I go, these people only think they had the chance to be decent, to be allowed to be decent. I think they were robbed of that before they planned upon, before they came. And when they came in, it was already set in motion by the very ones who would be carekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody's partaking. Y'all don't get to see everything. You know, there's stories about this videos going around with a certain group of men who get to see it. And I guess it would scare anybody into partaking and betraying their own people. The cowardice is so strong. It is beyond. And then also the teaching and further enabling of better weapons and stuff, things that you have no idea is only spoken about, you know, in fantasy and stuff, which is fun. But I am saying everything you see is not without a consortium or a position in this world or in other worlds that is not real. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I don't want to. I've said more than enough information, but when you see these things, you see. When you see, you can see how conflicting it is. So some of you might have seen this. This is that. Let me plug it in so you can see what it looks like. If I can put it close, I just want to share this with you before I go any further, because this alludes to this. And I found they do have a speaker that I can plug in. So right now I'm using headphones. This is you remember I said about sin being the place of balance or grounding, the lower chakra? Well, this is 7.83 hertz, and it's awesome sound. I wish I had the speaker so you could hear it. And it's called sin, hertz. That means the place where you're grounded. Well, most women are centered well stronger because you carry baby, you know that, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they had to disrupt. Disrupting that, make sure that you're so discombobulated you don't know it because you're still moving, but you're moving into rest unknowingly. You're moving around in a system compatible to your how do you say it? When you find something, let's say I find a craft and I want to know how it worked. What do? I deconstruct. And then doing that, I started adding my own things. You remember Will Smith and the 4th of July, right? Or whatever that movie was. It sounds so, I could barely hear it coming through. It's magnificent. But let me unplug it. Let me see. Can you see it really, really up close? Because it's got to be plugged up. Can you see the little number? It's too bright. The light's too bright. Oh, wait, let me turn it off. I forgot. It's a light on here. Okay. The black light's off. Oh, you probably still can't see it. It's real dark. See that number? See it's flashing? It's making the sound right now. It's, oh wow. Anyway, let me unplug it. Anyway, I don't have all the answers. I'm not here to give answers to every damn thing. It's all right there in front of me. Again, it's like a game of cat and mouse. And well, the cat got all the mouses, that's for sure. For sure. But every once in a while, mouses escape the mousetrap. I can't say that now because when you've been doing stuff for who knows how long, you got everything figured out. You got everybody trapped off. Not even cornered. You just got them trapped off. Everybody's in a cage. And no one wants to dig deep within themselves. If you want to say to find that love, if you want to use that word, fine. That's deeper than anything. I mean, come on. They've been putting all the nanos. I mean, look at the recall on certain 2 sodas that has that's partnered with who they partner with. What's that company? Well, anyway, y'all saw the videos of the people with the Mountain Dew, the Coke, you know, showing Nano-technology within it, right? Under the Petri dish. Am I saying it's real or not? I don't know. I'm not the one doing it. Yet, if you want to keep a fear base going, keep this factor going, you know, like fear factor, where it could get done, but you have to overcome the fear. You keep giving, you're going to give energy to it. I am watching people talk about Trump and all that as if he's God, the only one, I think that's the effect they were going for because of the division. You know, the Crips and Bloods fighting, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans, which this one's a show, not like the real bangers. And you don't need a teacup and you don't need the ting on the side of it to put somebody in the sunken place. That's just, it's in itself a metaphor. Just like you don't need a big pocket watch to hypnotize someone. It's happening all the time. Through lights, everything. Sometimes I think there are people who come to realize it and they want to check out. You know what I mean? Because nobody's willing to listen to what they've seen. Maybe it's so disturbing that they can't say nothing because who would believe them, and it drives them crazy because there's nobody around to assist them. All I'm saying is, do you really have a chance in fighting back? Well, I'm not saying you can't. If you think all them wars and all that death wasn't for them to know how to cause and effect to really be able to do some things, how do you think you have people in ignorance with soldiers all in your backyard on every one of your blocks? You think they just stare because, oh, and I know it seems like it's easier to ignore it, but when you're ignoring that, how are you going to better yourself? How are you going to warm up yourself? I don't know. Maybe some of y'all have the answers. Max V, what's going on? T. Hans, Womack, Devin, Kinsley Life, Original Lone Wolf, Sharon Wilson, I got you already, sis. I got Snoo, yeah. I'm not going to answer that question, Kinsley Life, if that's what you want to call yourself. Why don't you go watch my other videos, and then you come back and you let me know what I've stated. Why would I be a Democrat, a fascist, a racist, a Zionist, a Marxist, when my people were the original Republicans? You know what I'm saying? Yes, Russell, that's very correct. Hey, MWL, what's up, beloved? I'm talking about something deeper, and see, some people are still capitulated by things that are meaningless. Oh, maybe they're trolls, AI, puppets. I don't care. I know what's going to happen to all that. I know. I see. They say I've seen it. Does it mean that it's real? For me, it is. I'm not saying for you, but when I tell you the story, maybe some of you won't matter. You know what I mean? The biggest, many lies. It's not even just those. There's so many. But as I stated before in my research, visiting the Anu people, the remnant of who are the once the Anu people, and they know who they were. They don't sit there going, we're white and all that. They know their history and their truth. They've got pictures they show me. I'm like, and were they African? No, those are my distant relatives. The original people of this land, we were conquered by two people. Just like everywhere else, conquered by two groups of people. Who would want to stop the peace we had, the protection, and start betraying the people they walk beside? Who was made contact with first? What did people dabble in to cause this affliction? Those are the things you would think people would utilize to do research. But if nobody tells you that, you're not going to research it. You're going to research what they give you. War of the Worlds, you know, Newark, New Jersey, New York, you know, reptilians in the sewer and blah, 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 over and over. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, look at that movie with Roddy Piper, right? And the brother, They Live. They said it was a documentary. They told you that right to your face. A documentary into what, upon what, about what. But everybody lets it go because everything else should matter. What happened right before Desert Storm? What were the stories coming out from Marines and Army guys, what they were finding and why they were bombing certain cities, and what really was going on? What if you have ignorant people who don't know no better and follow a lie? You could make war anywhere, and we see that right now. Who are the mass manipulators and for what purpose? I personally, and you would say, and I've said this before, I don't give a damn. Yet balance is all I'm talking about. I'm not saying the balance is y'all getting trained up and you're gonna fight the. Oh man, they will lay waste to everything. Y'all don't get it. But if you can't give them what they want, I don't know how to put it. I don't know. You got to see things for what it for. You got. I guess you're gonna see things for what you, how you see it, or for whatever reason, as to why you see whatever it is you see. Like I said, a small percentage is going to get it. A small percentage. Can they make a difference? I don't know. Ganja will tell you, I don't do spoilers. Is there a way around it? I don't know the mechanics of it. I just know something's going to happen, and all of it's going to get shut down. Who, what, you want to call it God? Call it God. It's up to you. You want to call it Jesus? Go right ahead. I mean, Mahatma, I don't know what to call it. I don't know. I know there are times when I'm walking around, I hear these little things in my head, and I'm like, that's not me. And I cancel it right off the back. Then there are times I'm like, okay, you want to play? You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things going on, y'all. And you would think they would be smarter, even during a time when there's no turning around. I told you, I'm going to go through this Agenda 2025. Everybody's talking about it, and some people have read damn near half of it. I'm going to see if I can find key points. I'm going to read it because it seems to be the thing that's got people up and stirred. Agenda 30, 2030, Agenda 2025, all these different things. And none of that stuff ever mattered to me. It really doesn't now. But I'm going to read some of it. You know what I'm saying? I know I think I had pulled up was it the PDF or was it I pulled up? And the book, I think, is pretty expensive. If the what you call, let me see. Let me just make sure. I don't want to just be making up stuff, okay? See, here we go. 2025 and 2030. The Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Oh boy, jeez. So what is it? The Project 2025 is the Presidential Transition Project. If you want, you can pull on the PDF. I actually have it, and I'm here to tell you what. I'm just going to read it today. I'm going to come back and read. I'm going to run around when she's ready to go out. All right, teach her, and she might be getting back with, moving back in with old man. Get it, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Like I said, I'm here to help, and that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? Let me go in here, pull it up. Okay. So it's in there. Let me pull it up. I'm going to read it. I'm going to sit my butt down. Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, A/RES/70/1. The United Nations. Okay. I'm going to read the preamble as always. We get into the means and implementations, the new agenda, which some of it I did read before. I'm not going to get into it, but I need to really sit down and read as much of this as possible before I even comment on it. And I'll highlight, because I can draw on this, I'll highlight certain things and see. You would think when they mention these things, people would go and read it. I'm going to read it. It shouldn't take me too long, the way I read, but like I said, I'm going to give you my take on what it, I'm not going to go ahead and beat my head up and all that. When I read, I allow things to stand out and significantly to see whatever it says. And it's, like I said, it's about 900 pages, if I remember correct. But the United Nations Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is available as a PDF. I know I already have it. So it's a roadmap for sustainable development efforts that aims to end poverty and hunger, promote gender equality, and protect the planet by 2030 and beyond. The agenda is structured around 5 pillars, are PS, people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnerships. Is that really for you, or is that for the so-called elite? The 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, that makes up the agenda are, underpinned by the Addis Ababa Action Agenda on Financing for Development, a global plan for financing the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, okay? Again, you will own nothing and you will be happy. If you think Trump or Biden or anybody could write this, well, like I said, I got 1 million acres I'll sell to you for $5,000. That's a deal. It's all about a deal, right? So you can look into it yourselves and read it. I'm not all juxtaposed with fear and all that. I just saying, I'm not. We just lost a wonderful sister, Frances, my childhood associate. We weren't Facebook friends. Maybe on my first 2 accounts or whatever, I got rid of those, or they did, whatever. But we keep losing so many, and our parents live so much longer. So it should speak volumes. I'm not here to talk about whether she got the itchy howie or whatever else lifestyle. I don't know it. That's what's wrong with us now. So many lifestyles instead of people living. Why are they in such a rush right now with us? Because we started calling things out. Now, I didn't really want to do it at all. George Orwellian factor and all that. But I figured, well, sure, we're not going to stop missing regardless of what they're doing with them, or people, or this, that, and wars aren't going to stop. Because, like I said, when it's not you in the suit, and you've been occupied willingly, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we're incapable, very able, but nobody is capable of changing their focus, how they look at themselves. You know what I mean? And nowhere am I a danger to nothing, because it's all stories, and everybody sees everything, right? But I guess their thing is, how are you going to act upon it? It's not like they can't deal with you with all that physical stuff. Trust me, they take out each and every one of your behinds in a heartbeat. Everybody, actually, it's gone back to where it is. But they're moving like this because they've accomplished something. At least they believe in what they've accomplished, and they can pursue it further. Like I stated a few moons ago, they're being held there, regardless of what people think, just like you. Again, I still kind of find it cool too. I know I've had people say you're a sociopath, you're psychotic. And we all are. But I know the darkness. I'm like, hats off, because damn, they're good at what they're doing, y'all. Look, I'm just saying, take it however you want. Damn, it's impressive. It is. You can't sit here and deny that. If you see, it is very, very impressive. Maybe that's the science guy in me, or the whatever, the small techno savvy individual I am, that knows how to hide that part. Even though I express and talk about it, it's very impressive. And sometimes, in the method to the madness that I have, I may call something knowing good and well I have no intentions behind it, just to exasperate, to further it. And I know some of you will say, well, damn, Red, why would you do that? Because I said, I'm not here to stop shit. Y'all have choices. Motherfuckers poison me, this, that, and other. You think I give a fuck? When you're gone, you're gone. You hear me? But when you get to where you're going, do you know what to do? And then, do you have any idea? Because see, is there manipulation where you manipulate? Look, you being manipulated right now. How many PFASs are coming leached into this water? PFASs, how many are lynched into this? Where's the where the fruits and vegetables coming from? Right? I'm seeking just a little bit of the benefit to stave off for just a little while. I'm not here to expand and expose. I mean, you got all that happening with the Billy Carsons and this, that, and other. For those who watch all of them, you know, they're exposing everything. I'm just saying, you know, let's get to the end of it. That's what I'm saying. They're not afraid of that. Remember, they want to fight God. Or maybe they want to see the real you. Maybe they found one, they got it caged up, and they want to see if it can break free. They want to... I asked y'all to look into the God Destroyers. Let me see if I can pull that up. You can't make this stuff up. God of destruction, dragon. No, that's dragon, but they make everything like God of destroyer, want to destroy. Why does God think and decide it must be eliminated? What does God, the destroyer, want to destroy, and why does God think and decide? That's not what it is. This is not it. See, this is new stuff. God's prophetic agenda sermon by David Dykes. God's agenda, how would they know it? God's prophetic agenda for the end of days, Faithias Johannes. That's a book. I have 2 downstairs. Ultra Dragon Ball was about the God Destroyer, destroyer of the gods. The early Christian distinctiveness in the Roman world. So there's many things I probably have to, and there's a lot of information. When I was talking about was one which was the Japanese anime, and then there's a book alluding to the fact that once these individuals once thought these people were gods, and then they stabbed them and shot them and they fell and they realized they weren't gods. Is that talking about South America? I believe so. Hold on, let me put this in. They're still alluding to religious context. So the Bible only mentions Middle Eastern people and one black man. Yet even the people in the Middle East are expressing that the original people of Egypt, this, that, and the other, Palestine, were black. This is the funny thing. This is, so you see what I'm saying? They're always changing it. You know, 10 years ago, you put it in your Google and it would pop right up. And here, I can't even find it in there. But the books exist. And the anime, if you put it in God Destroyer, you pull it up and watch the movie. Remember, for ye are gods? Isn't that a way to torment those who have been displaced or removed from the original balance, sin, the original place of grounding? Isn't that a big game? And then to further go embark on making sure there are weapons that are compatible, that can't be brought through, that cannot be brought through a star, one there, whether it's CERN or whatever, so they have it here. So when they have to, they can use it because their knowledge allowed them to dig up old material and then recreate those weapons again to use in the day when they want to. Remember, who remembers me reading about how there has been many resets in Claudio's book, Beyond the Ice Wall. Are there forces out there that are working to fight against this? Well, you got to remember, this lands towards the so-called North Pole, 700 miles that they can't get past. What's really going on? A giant black magnetic-like mountain that you just can't get to. All the ships and all the sellers and lives lost, unaccounted for, that they eradicate the history and the real original people's families. I mean, this is bigger than you can imagine. This is some cool stuff, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, but it is to me. It's y'all really got to look into this stuff, y'all. Y'all really should be looking into it. I'm not saying go and run around, start preaching this and that, but you really need to look into it and see what you find. Again, I think it's some of the coolest stuff. You know what I mean? I know that sounds morbid, but I've already told you, I accepted who I was. So that's what it is. I think the shit is cool. And also because I tire of ignorance. I tire of ignorance. Yeah. Well, anyway, I just want to come on, tell you guys, make the best of today. For those who are working, be the greater you. There's no need to argue and fight. Stop getting so upset. Stop mismanaging who you are. Allow yourself to exist as who you are, not what somebody wants you to. All right? Be silent. All right? Anyway, I'll see y'all here a little later, a little after this afternoon. And again, I appreciate all of you. Well, like I said, we're eternally bonded. If you don't feel that way, I can dig it. Walk with a little heavier step. Stop tiptoeing. All right? And I told you to watch the other videos. I'll vote for Trump. What about me? I'm a Republican. Why would I? For the Republic, for which it stands. Okay? And right now, it's not standing for nothing. It's mass manipulation. All right? So, of course, I can go talk all the good points about the assassination this idiot tried, da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, please. No. When are you going to see yourself as being important and realize how important you are, that people are trying to deal with you in ways that are covert? I'm just saying. All right? Anyway, I appreciate y'all, ladies, brothers, and I'll see y'all later, all right?